Aussie.
Hello, I am looking up a cocktail recipe. Images. How is this served? Nice. Okay. Hello, Heini. How you doing? Just planning a cocktail thingy. Hey, Fallen Dreams. How are you? Okay, I'm just playing with my lighting. Ooh, geez. Oh, that's temperamental. I feel like I've gone really orange again. Quick dinner. Nice. I did my microwave dinner spaghetti. Oh, yeah. No, that color keeps changing, doesn't it? Or at least it looks like it from my perspective. The color temperature is what I'm right. Hello, Madam Butterfly. Just, wait, that fucking light's flickering. Why is it doing that? Oh, nice. You donated blood? I donated blood this weekend too. Blood Brothers. Okay, I'm going to make a quick cocktail video. This just sounds like a very interesting cocktail, actually. Which is, of course, why I make them most of the time. Okay, let's get this happen. Oh my god, I didn't bring any fucking cameras in. Jesus Christ, I got them all ready earlier. And I didn't bring them in. I always forget something. Hello, Greg. God knows how many things I'll end up forgetting, actually. I always multiple. Oh, goodness. All right, camera gear. Here we go. That's there. This here. And getting stuff ready. Hey, Safa. Yes, in about half an hour, we'll do Movie of the Week. I'm just going to do a quick cocktail video. Okay. And want my light over here. Okay. Let's get our recipe. We've hardly had any rain despite what they were predicting, but now they're saying it's going to rain tomorrow. Friggin' sucks because I'll be at work. Right, where were we? I should get a different. I'm going to go out again. Going to get a different syrup, just to be all over it. Hey, Rays. Oh no, rip you. What have you done, mate? Okay. Got Le Syrup. Kelly Metal. I'm probably going to forget that. Got a bar to check out. Right. Trello. Drink of drinks. So I want green chartreuse and Benedictine from the Cupboard of Wonders. Use green chartreuse. Do 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 and OFTD. Oh fuck, that's delicious. I'm going to have to do the nice joke because it's 69% ABV. Peychaud's Bitters. I want my Peychaud's Bitters. Oh, where's my Peychaud's Bitters hiding? Here it is. All right, we're all good. Ready to giggity go. Let's get our glass there. Oh no, having bad choices in career paths. When to work an office job, you're in charge of everything. No. Well, at least there's less physical dangers. It's just, I know that what the fuck feeling, honestly. Okay. This. We are ready. Switch this on. Blue. Okie doke. Here we go. Half an ounce green chartreuse. Bar spoon. Running low on Benedictine. Gonna have to get some. Lime juice. Two dashes of Peychaud's. Okie doke. Dot. Just going to put some lids on to avoid disasters. I'm going to just have this over ice. Enough. All right, let's go. what a color. Okay. Let's go. Okay, that's done. Let's move this shit around. Let's see how we're doing here. Okay, let's go auto. Okay, that looks pretty good. Ready to go. Just want this stupid thing to start up. There it goes. Yeah. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is described as a modern tiki drink, and it just has the name The Drink of Drinks. It certainly has elements that traditional tiki drinks don't have, which is what attracted me. I like things when they're interesting and weird. Up front is a very specific rum called for, Plantare's OFTD. You can see I've got an old bottle, it's still Plantation. But it's a high proof rum, so if you don't have this, but you have a high proof rum, you like go for that. This one's 69% ABV. Nice. And there's also interesting herbal elements in here. I'm going to taste this, see what it's like. That is a really interesting drink. If you want to try something different, try making it like this. In a shaker, put 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of OFTD rum, and then put 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of green chartreuse, and just around a bar spoon or 5 mils of some Benedictine, then 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of lime juice, 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of simple syrup, rounding things out with 2 dashes of Peychaud's bitters. Add ice to the shaker, shake that for 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and I'm straining that into a rocks glass over ice. I saw a few suggestions for serving this, including a blender drink with crushed ice and serving it up or serving it on ice. I went nice and easy, serving it on ice, but you can see there's a bit of room to experiment if you feel like being experimental. And if you want to try a tiki drink that's quite different from the run-of-the-mill, I recommend giving it a go, The Drink of Drinks. Cheers. Okay, gotta sit down and get myself ready. All right, switch everything off, fuck's sake. Switch this off. So we just got our nice mood lighting. Okay. Moving things around. And this. Surprised how much extra drink was in there. Okay, let's sit down. Sorry, have I been bad-mouthing Charlie again when I wasn't paying attention, Rays? Said Laserdiscs are a boring version of DVDs. Yeah, I'm always trying to start fights. But see, like I'm putting the new thing in a safer place. Oh, it counts how many times you've used it. Oh, wondered what that number was. Because it says you should recalibrate it after 500 goes, I think. There you go. Yeah, Raze, I have already dropped it once, actually. I just get, look at this one, it's so cool. You can actually see it thinking. The other one's 0.02 because I had a sip and it was probably, that's probably accurate. It's probably alcohol in my mouth from having a taste. Okay, so things to do. Send Charlie a link. Okay, there we go. Just spell. I'm very bad, aren't I? Okay, okay. I put cell phone mode. That was a mistake. Okay, do that. Now, do I look too sickly? God, I'm just shit at setting my lights. Honestly. Justin, this home breathalyzer is designed to help you make good choices. It's not legal. You can't use it as a defense if you get pulled over by a cop. Oh man, what the fuck? Why is my... This is why I was having problems the other day. It's going off Wi-Fi. Damn it. That's it. Okay. God, things you don't notice that you knocked your friggin' cable out. Just I'm sure people tried. Nothing happened to the breathalyzer, Abigail. Raze is just mocking me for my clumsiness and how I killed the other one. This one's fine so far. Although I have dropped it once. Because I'm very clumsy. Okay. You love a sequel? Yes, this is... Well, actually, I was going to say it's Breathalyzer 2 Electric Boogaloo. It's actually Breathalyzer 3. Revenge of the Breathalyzer. So... Ooh, I think I got last 2 cherries in this jar. Last 2 cherries, and I'll never have cherries ever again. Unless I have 2 backup jars in the kitchen. Time will tell if I did the forward planning. Come on, goddammit. Okie dokie, arty chokey. Right. I might just get some things ready. Get ready, because here I come now. I'm going to put fresh batteries in my recorder, and I'm going to charge some other batteries just to keep ahead of things. All right. Put that in there. Charge these batteries, which are in here. Okay. So plug this in. You know what I should do? I should tidy up the bed as well. Like I really should. Don't know if I'm going to, but I should. Okay. My red tiki drink. Okay, I think I made mine taste interesting because I used my pineapple syrup, my charred pineapple syrup, because I was feeling fancy. Might be dominating the taste, quite honestly. Right, I'm gonna put this on a pedestal. I think I'll put on this side. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that's fine. I think I'm ready. Ooh. Oh, and I guess just in the lead up to Laserdisc time, does anyone want a preview? I've already edited my latest book video. We give everyone a preview. There's still enough time to have feedback. I look blue. Yeah, I know. I think I look more blue now. Now I think I look yellow. I'm so friggin' bad. You're going to preview my porn? Oh, yeah, Heine, I got what you were saying straight away because I was thinking, is this better? Okay, thank you. I really appreciate the feedback. I'm just a bit yellow? Okay. I could do it a bit less. Now that's just gone super blue again, hasn't it? Fucking whatever, man. Oh, I could do one more thing, actually. I just thought I could do one more thing. Oh, wait, Charlie's actually there. I didn't know you were there.
Oh, no, I don't need to be on yet. I was just happy. I want to watch the video that you're going to, your...
All right, I'll put a video
so put me back on, take me off again, and...
Okay, you consider yourself removed. Right, preview video. Look and see what you'll think of my editing style. Where are we? Okay, so ooh, what are we doing here? Okay, first put the sound on. Just make sure I've got it set up right. And this is just 5 minutes. We'll just run this. Oh, wait. Try that again. Share screen. Okay, now it's the right one. Oh, for fuck's sake. StreamYard's just doing... Fuck's sake. Oh my God. Like, I can't have a simple life, can I? Jesus fucking Christ. Why? Actually, Charlie, can you see the YouTube thing?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
You're holding a book going.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'm going to play it. G'day, cocktail lovers. Today I'm doing a little variation on my practice of adding my favorite cocktail recipes to the book, because today this cocktail is on trial. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Lately, I've been using this beautiful book a friend of mine made for me, hand bound with some nice 3D printed motifs on it, and I'm putting in my favorite cocktail recipes. As you might guess, I make a lot of cocktails for this channel, and for the last couple of years, I've put together a top 10 list of the ones I liked most that were new to me that year, and I have been progressively adding those into the book. Today I'm doing something slightly different. I found a cocktail that looks on paper exactly the sort of cocktail I like, but I've never tried it. So I'm going to judge it. Will it be worthy of the book? Speaking of books, the recipe is in this book from Death & Co., one of the great bars of the modern era. This is only one of several books they've published. They're all worth getting. It isn't simply really good cocktail recipes in here. They have stuff about technique and even their ethos, and teaching you how things go together. So with a bit of practice, you can start creating your own cocktails because you've been given the tips of what goes well together. I've added a few of my original creations to my book, and you might say, that's vain, comparing myself to the best bartenders in the world. So but you want to know how vain I am? I'm actually going to change the recipe that's in the Death & Co. book. It's a Phil Ward recipe, and he says to do a mezcal rinse in your glass. But I've been super into mezcal cocktails lately, so I'm actually going to add more mezcal than is in the recipe. Phil, what are you scared of, Phil? Are you scared of a little flavor?
Are you scared?
The drink is essentially a sweetened tequila martini, and the vermouth element they recommend Blanco vermouth. Now, while that literally means white vermouth, in terms of taste, it's between sweet and dry. So the one I used is not actually clear. It's given my cocktail a nice blush, but taste-wise, it's in the realm of what's recommended. The main ingredient in this cocktail is Silva or Blanco tequila. Like I said, I'm featuring mezcal more prominently than the base recipe. And for the vermouth, it's from a local maker called Maidenai, their classic vermouth. The recipe also calls for elderflower liqueur. That'll add some nice sweetness and floral notes. And the final touch for this one is orange bitters. The recipe also calls for squeezing a bit of grapefruit peel over the top to express those oils and give a little subtle touch there. I don't like grapefruit, so I don't have any in the house, and I'm not going to buy a grapefruit for that subtle thing when I'll have very limited use for the rest of the grapefruit. But I just thought I'd let you know, if you're a completist, that's recommended.
You're welcome.
To make the cocktail, in a mixing glass, we put 2 ounces or 60 mils of Blanco tequila. Then I'm doing 1/4 of an ounce or 7.5 mils of mezcal. Then there's 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mils of Blanco vermouth, 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of elderflower liqueur, and rounding out just 1 dash of orange bitters. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then I'm straining that into a chilled coupe. No garnish on this one, just expressing the oils over the top if you're going all that way. This has got a nice rose hue, which if you use a lot of Blanco vermouths, you won't get because they're not as red as the one I had. But like I said, that's more about taste than color. And I like how this looks, but how's it going to taste? Will it pass the threshold? Phil Ward, are you scared I'm judging you? Phil Ward would not give one shit what I'm doing. But I'm going to taste this. Let's go.
I said, God damn!
That really is good. I saw it on paper and this is going to be good. This is fantastic. I think this could also be a soft entry. A lot of people are scared of tequila, and maybe it's because they did too many shots one night, which is a real trashy way to have tequila. Just judging. This, because it's softened with the elderflower and the vermouth, this could ease people into tequila cocktails because this is genuinely good. Again, for people who know Death & Co., stating the obvious, they make absolutely fantastic cocktails. We're lucky enough to have a Death & Co. outlet here in Melbourne where I live. I went there again recently. Always fantastic drinks. The books are great too. This is a good one. I thoroughly recommend you try it. And yeah, if you're looking to expand your cocktail knowledge, there are a lot of really good books out there, but the Death & Co. ones are fantastic. I'm glad I went with this one. I trusted my instinct. It's definitely going in the book because it's going in my Hall of Fame, as it were. I'm sure, this is the pinnacle of Phil Ward's career, hearing I like his cocktail, but I do like it. I think you'll like it too. Give it a go. Cheers. All right, I just got a text, Mrs. Angry, telling me about a cocktail bar we're maybe going to try out. So the lads are here.
Oh, swap me over.
Hey, Angry. Hey, Charlie.
Hi, Mark.
How you going?
Okay.
Is that a Herbie shirt?
Yeah, it is, eh?
It is. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually, I got this from an op shop, and I got home. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Herbie. Looked it up. Yeah. Anyway, I went out, and I was out one night. One guy was walking past, and he stopped. He's like, "Is that Herbie?" I was like, "Yeah, it is." He's like, "Hey!" He was stoked. He was just like, he's like, "Love that film." The Flying Car.
Okay.
Yeah, one of my staple video rentals as a kid was Herbie Goes Bananas.
Oh, yeah.
Can you swap us over, just if that's okay? I'm sorry.
No, I can't do or see a fucking thing.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, I'm going to go out and come back. So you guys just stay
Okay.
there.
Yeah. Hi, Dr.
All right.
Abigail, in the chat.
What was your favorite Herbie movie?
I really only saw the main one. What was it called?
The Love Bug.
Love
It
Bug.
was The Love
Yeah.
Bug, Monte Carlo, Goes Bananas, Herbie Rides Again. And then
Yeah,
there's the new
I
ones,
saw-
Fully Loaded, and then there's
And we're
the
back.
one with Bruce Campbell. You know, Bruce Campbell did a Herbie movie, right? Yeah. in
Okay.
the 90s. Yeah.
Right. No, I only saw the first one, the Love Bug. That was it.
Could you imagine him doing the Axe character while driving around in a Herbie car? You know?
I actually saw a Herbie car the other day. No word of a lie. It had the stripe and the 53 as well.
Oh wow!
It
Yeah.
was a little like V-dub, I think that is. It a V-dub?
Yeah, it's a Volkswagen, yeah.
Yeah, Volkswagen,
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it occasionally.
Yeah, so I
People
got-
do it full Herbie.
Yeah.
yeah.
I had to try it when I saw it.
Okay, that worked going out and then like every
So can you swap
laptop
me
is-
over with Mark if that's okay? It just makes it easier for editing because I have everybody's
go.
names written down on the boxes.
Oh, okay.
Like Angry Mark, me, and so
Okay.
when Mark's talking, I can just go click Mark, click
All right.
Angry, click me. It just makes it easier editing.
Right.
I know it's lazy, and I can
No,
get
no.
around it. I just got to remember, Mark's me or vice versa. But
Work smarter,
Yeah.
not harder.
Yeah. yes, right. 2 seconds fix, and you don't
Yeah.
mind Mark anyway.
Absolutely.
No.
All right. So, okay, I got my
Well,
recorder on.
welcome.
Sorry, I was just saying I was
No.
ready. Hello, everyone. This whole video was relying on me fixing technical problems, and they're fixed now. So now the three of us, I've got Charlie, I've got Mark, I've got me, and we're going to talk about the movie of the week.
Which is, I remembered to bring the Laserdisc this time. She's got to
Nice.
have it. A Spike Lee joint.
Spike Lee's first feature. He did make a student film before this, but this is his first professional feature film.
Yep. And he
Yep.
was also famous before making this. He made the Nike commercial with Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Yep.
And he has, in the intervening years, done lots of commercials and music videos, actually.
Yeah, well, that was how we got the funding to, to start up. He was actually going to do another movie about delivering packages in New York.
Right.
You know, how
Yep.
riding bikes and delivering packages.
Yeah.
But that was going to cost too much money, so he used the grant that he got given to make this instead. And this just kicked off a whole industry, basically, of independent films made for black audiences and stuff like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's a real celebration of black art in this film too, with the dancers and the photography and everything. This is a pretty impressive debut film, honestly.
Yeah, I actually, for the first time, sat down and took notes as we watched it. And the two bits that really stood out to me was the dance scene in color. That just was like, wow, like I was not expecting anything like that, and there was a scene before he abused her where he's traveling on the train and going, and everything turns into still frames. And I'm sitting there, just everything's blurry, like it's one of those old-fashioned like early 2000s digital cameras where you could not get a clean shot no matter how hard you tried. And it just was perfect for the explanation of how his brain was scattered at the time, because he was rewind. The film is about a different angle. A lot of men talk about how, I banged this woman and I banged that woman and high five, and stuff like that. And this was meant to be an example of a woman that could have multiple partners at the same time and not have to feel like she's a slut or a whore. She's just someone that enjoys having multiple partners. There was a great line in it. She created a three-headed, six-armed, six-legged, three-dick monster. And that was a perfect way to put it, good, really enjoyable film. I was quite taken back with seeing an early Spike Lee film and just a mass amount of creative talent that dude had at such an early stage in his career, like there's so many movies that you watch and you're like, I could do that, and then you see Spike Lee do that straight out of the gate and you're like, okay, I'm not going to make a movie. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I thought it was an entertaining film. How did you guys feel about the really heavy jazz soundtrack over the top? Because I thought it was a little bit over the top, like a little bit too much.
That was actually his dad that did it. And the reason why he chose that music was because it was free. He was on a very strict budget. That's another reason also why he acted in the film as well, because he didn't have to pay himself for being an actor. I felt like it was a little bit, like you said, a little bit loud and a little bit in the way sometimes. But, going for like an 80s kind of black, cool film, what better thing than, a minimalist jazz soundtrack, Like, I think that kind of, I get what they're doing,
I understand that. I was just like, a lot of the times with jazz films like Whiplash, for example, or La La Land, the visuals are jazz orientated, the theme is jazz orientated. Even like Princess and the Frog, it's set in New Orleans where jazz kind of originated. But this one, I felt visually and in terms of content, it wasn't, you could tie it to it loosely, but I just felt it was over the top, and you could have probably cut back a lot of it and just had dialogue without the jazz music over the top, and it probably would have been better. But in saying that, the sex scenes I felt were quite well done. That was when the jazz was used well, because it's kind of like a sensual mood. I can get that.
Sex scene, but not sexy, wasn't it? Did you? No, I never felt aroused watching it. Like
it was done sensually and tastefully. It was done.
Yes, very tasteful. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the shadows and everything.
very artistically shot too, really stylized framing and angles and whatnot. Like I said, the direction and the cinematography for a debut feature blew me away. It was so confident and so precise. I was really impressed.
And
a couple
shot pretty much in a bedroom for the whole film. It wasn't like it was many sets and stuff like that. It was almost like one of those single set movies, you know.
Yeah, I had a couple of other issues though, to me they seem big. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but Nola Darling, I felt her character was. I understand the low budget and restricted to actors and that kind of thing, but her character really didn't give me anything to. She didn't really care that she was doing these three guys, at the same time, and she didn't really show any kind of remorse or anything for me to care for her character. She was kind of like an NPC a little bit to me, and it was kind of bad acting.
They were aiming for. Yeah, they were aiming for that though. I don't feel like that was bad acting at all. I feel like they were showing off a woman doing what men usually do. Like there's always men going, I've got three women especially in Spike Lee's world. I've got three women on the hanger right now. If one doesn't want to hang out, I'll call the next. And I think what they tried to do was set up a woman in the same thing. In order to do that, they needed to keep her to an extent shallow. Because if they dive deep into that, which they started doing towards the end, and that was interesting too. That coda at the end where she gave in to the whole, okay, I'm going to do a single partner and stuff like that, and then went, nah, this ain't going to work for me. I need to, and then that led her to being alone at the end, which is a warning for men as well.
Yeah, I can see that. But also another thing that I thought was illogical was when she invited them all to dinner. Like, I don't know what kind of world these guys live in, but if I got invited to dinner, I don't think I'd even if I showed up and I didn't know, I'd be like, nah, sorry. Like if this is what you're doing, I'm out. I'm not gonna sit and have dinner with two other blokes that you're going with. I couldn't. Yeah, it was illogical to me, that bit. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just have to go. Like, is this a comedy? But it didn't really feel like a comedy sometimes.
Yeah. But there was a lot in it that was not naturalistic. So just setting it up, it's partly set up as if it's a documentary and these people are being interviewed. And like a lot of people say, this is sort of very Rashomon, different people telling what they think happened. But then it would flip between that and the movie like a movie. And that's really difficult to pull off. And I think he did that quite well. But for me, the acting, I'll call it not naturalistic, because it's just like, this is not great acting, but I think it fits in what he's trying to do with the film. It's definitely not naturalistic acting. It's trying to actually have things happen. And so the people did feel like, to me, they were reading lines. They weren't in the thing, but I think that worked in the context of the film.
Right. Yeah. No, I felt like it was a stage play and they were just reading it.
Yes.
And I couldn't really. I was getting into it, but I couldn't get too deep into it, because there were these things that were throwing me. However, it was, artfully done. Yeah. And I enjoyed, Do the Right Thing, which he did a few years later. That was like a pressure cooker of a film.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I've watched nearly all of the Spike Lee films. There are some sensational. Black Klansman is just fucking mind-blowing film. There are some great Spike Lee films, but we're not comparing. I think it's unfair to compare a $40 million Spike Lee film to a $125,000 Spike Lee film.
Yeah,
it's a totally different, level of
But would it be a film wanker? As soon as it started, I saw this back in like the 90s. I forgot it was in black and white for most of the movie, and I forgot it was that documentary interview stuff as well. But straight into it, I was like, oh, the visual style, particularly the degree of sort of slight overexposure in a lot of the stuff with the black and white. It's like, this is Goddard. This is so influenced by Breathless in particular.
Yeah.
So I'm just being a film wanker, bringing out the Goddard influence in this film.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. There was elements of that. I was even thinking myself, like John Cassavetes, a little bit. I don't know who Spike Lee's influences were, but
yeah,
I was getting that vibe a little bit as well.
Yeah, that Mickey movie that Cassavetes did with the dude who played Columbo. It had a lot of vibe like that. Yeah.
That was
the influence.
That was directed by Elaine May, but
that just feels like a documentary. Yeah. It's Woman Under the Influence feels like he was just following around real people and seeing what happened in their lives. It was very unfilmed film, that one. It's wild.
Yeah, that dinner party scene, you make a very good point. It didn't really make sense in the sense of we're trying to express, like, a man would never, ever dare to invite 3 women to his dinner party and say, look, we're all going to work together and stuff like that.
Like, what kind of world would that work?
Yeah,
dude, he would be dead by the end of it. 10 minutes into the dinner, they would use that carving turkey.
Yeah, that was done just for the coffee. The turkey carving again. Spike Lee's character, the really street guy with the name Mars Blackman. It's like, okay, Spike, sure. And the really buff, rich, and obviously anti-black man,
Jamie.
he was such a jerk. And they're carving up the turkey, and Spike's like, give me some dark meat. And then that guy says, I'll have white meat. And Spike just says, yeah, typical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the character. It was the Greer character, I think. Greer, his name was? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Greer. Yeah. He was the one looking at his own muscles and stuff like that. Yeah.
He was hilarious.
Yeah. That was a power thing. That was him trying to claim some, because he knows he's underpowered because there's multiple men in her life, right? And for that one moment, he could make her sit there and wait for him.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And that was a little bit like, when you've got no power, you take what you can get. And he was using that scene, that moment, because that's got to be why they dragged on it. They held on to that for ages during before the lovemaking scene, and then the lovemaking scene as well, where he was always on top.
The other thing I couldn't really understand was why they were after this Nola Darling. I mean, she looked like MC Hammer. Like, I know that was like the hair, I know that was the rage in the 80s, but it's like, it was just the hair for me. I couldn't,
I thought she was
MC Hammer
attractive. I didn't find her unattractive,
No, and early Tony Braxton.
There's people out there that would find, like Rosie O'Donnell attractive,
of course, but for me, I think it was just the hair. Eh?
It just wasn't you, yeah.
Yeah. Like she was attractive, of course, but just better hairstyle would have been.
Yeah. But it was 1986, I think it was, when that came out.
Yeah.
Like, there was some pretty fucking fun.
They had some crazy perms and that with the hair.
It is really hard to control your hair when you're black. Yeah. They have, that's why they had that scene where she was greasing somebody's scalp. Because, it actually hurts. That hair actually hurts them, So, they've got all these tactics they need to be able to look out for themselves with their hair,
Broadly, I definitely recommend it to people. If you've never seen it, it's a very interesting insight to Spike Lee at the start of his career.
I only gave it 3 out of 5 altogether. I enjoyed it, but I don't think I'd watch it again for a long while. There are many, many more Spike Lee films that I would like to watch again instead of watching that. Because although it's interesting, like you said, seeing where he started, he's just gone so far since.
Yeah, no, I'm going to give it that's why I was giving it a 3 as well, because for me, the main thing, like I said, was that jazz thing that just got overused a bit. It started to feel a little bit pretentious and artsy. And even though the film was well made, I couldn't let go of that. I just thought he could have just pulled the reins back on that a little bit. I think it would have been better.
Yep.
So 3 for me.
So you would have given it a whole extra star had it not been for the music.
I also go with 3, but I reckon just talking about the visuals and the direction, I would give a 4 because I thought it was incredibly accomplished for a debut film. But there's all these other elements that I with you guys, I'd end up overall saying 3.
Yeah. I think if they stripped the score back a little bit and then they got a better actress, I think for me it probably would have been a 4 maybe. But yeah. Other than that, it wasn't.
Nola Darling was in another film that he's done back in 2013 or something like that. It was a film called Red Hook Summer, about a boy that spends the summer living in the Bronx with his extremely Christian family, who's a pastor, and all the trouble that you get up into in the Bronx and stuff like that. She's not called Nola Darling anymore. She's now called Mother Darling. Or something like that. She's, an evolved character. But yeah, a lot of Spike Lee's characters are from people that he grew up with, people that he knew in the hood, family, stuff like that.
Did he do Defy Bloods as well?
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah, that was a good film as well. Yeah.
Is that the Vietnam one?
Yeah,
that was a good one. Yeah.
They go looking for the gold, or something like that. Some sort of gold.
Yep. Yeah. What a great cast too. He always gets the same regulars in, and they just know how to do a Spike Lee film so well. Yeah. No, great director. I look forward to seeing. I'm just glad we've got him. He's a really
got a great catalog.
Director. Yeah.
I also looked up as well. Do you know the Laserdisc version has the only director's cut? Apparently, the DVD doesn't have it. There's like 4 minutes of extra like sex scenes, I think, on that Laserdisc version. Yeah. And the DVD doesn't have that. Yeah. So interesting fact there.
Yeah, exclusive presentation of unrated director's cut, including material censored from the original theatrical release.
Yeah, when they took it to DVD, they didn't include that.
Yeah, because the DVD that I have is the Criterion DVD, so I thought it was the whole thing. But there you go. So if you buy this at the shop, you're getting 4 minutes of extra.
Getting the extra naughty bitch.
That's
extra
right.
Giant areolas. Yeah. Okay.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do next week's film.
Next week.
I took the liberty of adding a disc because we're starting to get a bit low.
All right.
But, we've still got the Criterion, what has Body Dharma
Go to the East, or whatever it's called.
Yep. And then we have Trial by Jury, which would be cool. I think it would be nice to do after what we did. Then we got To Sir with Love. I'm surprised you haven't seen A Hit of the Night, by the way. You really should watch that, Angry. That is so up your... I think you'd be all
Hit
over
of the
that
Night.
one.
Okay, yeah.
Hit of the Night. Yeah, that's the detective one. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of which, what movies did you watch this weekend?
Well, watched movie of the week. I finally got to watch Backrooms. And I rewatched Breaker Morant, a 1980 Australian film. High point of that period of Australian cinema, I think.
Yeah.
And I watched the fourth Nick and Nora Thin Man movie.
Oh, wow. Okay, so how's the fourth one hold up?
It's fine. The second one's still the best. But
so it's
their
2,
kids getting
1,
older.
3, 4?
Yeah, I've watched the first
order?
4. There's 2 more in the series.
Yep. But in the ranking, is it 2, 1, 3, 4?
Probably, yes. That's how I'd rank them so far. 2, 1, 3, 4.
What about you, Mark? Did you watch any other movies this week besides the movie of the week, or have you been flat out?
That's amazing. I'm lucky you guys invite me onto this show because the only movie I did get to watch was She's Gotta Have It. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't had time. It's not that I don't have time. It's just when I do get the time, I'm too stuffed to watch a movie.
Yeah, I get
So
it.
I end
yeah.
up just falling asleep. But
You did Mario Galaxy though, didn't you?
oh yeah, I've watched that before. I was just watching it with Johnny again. He's into Mario at the moment, so everything's
There
Mario.
you go. Okay.
Everything's Mario this, Mario that, Bowser,
Yeah.
Luigi, Princess Peach, Toad. You know, the whole.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do love the Peaches song in Mario Brothers movie. That was one of the best things. Yeah. I did the highlight for me this week was a movie called The Dry, which is an Eric Bana kind of slow burn detective film made in Australia. Well, in country Victoria, and it was just such a gorgeous film. Really beautifully shot, paced so well. Just really cool. You know, I just had an Aussie film night the other night and just felt like doing one that I hadn't done. Some of the other films I did, John Walters' Cecil B. Demented, which you would love, Mark. It's so up your alley. It's all about making, it's like what they do is they kidnap a star, a famous actress who's played by Melanie Griffith, and they use her in a indie kind of film, you know, where all the scenes are like planned ahead, but a shot in the moment.
Is this directed by John Waters?
Directed by John Waters, yes. It's his second last film, came out in the year 2000, and has a lot of, you know, stars that you in it that you're like, oh, I know that guy. Oh, I know that guy. But it doesn't feel like a John Waters movie much. But the storyline's fantastic, and it flows really well. It's just the ending was a bit, is that it? You know, I want to keep going, you know, kind of thing. So that were my highlights for this week. Yeah. So continuing on, sorry, I just wanted to quickly knock out our movies. We like to do that. This is the one we've added.
Oh, The Bicycle Thief. This is one I've always meant to watch.
Yes, it's one of those ones that have been like, Charlie, naughty. You need to watch that movie, Charlie, you know. Next up is another one I've added, One-Eyed Jack. This is a Western movie, but it stars and directed by Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
And Marlon Brando went absolutely batshit crazy making this. So I'm curious for not just the movie itself, but there's so much back catalog stuff that goes on. Sort of like Casino Royale, you know. The movie's, it is, you know, but all the background shit is awesome, you know. So that's the selections this week.
I've been quite keen on To Sir With Love since we started looking at that collection.
Let's do it. You good with that, Mark?
Yeah.
If you want, I'll go any film. Yeah, they all look
all right.
I've seen that one, but a long time.
Me too.
Long time ago, though. You know.
Yep.
I don't think I've seen it since the 80s. So
Columbia classic. Yeah. Lovely.
So,
okay. So that's next week's movie of the week.
Nice.
You didn't happen to make a drink for this week, did you?
No, no one was drinking anything in She's Gotta Have It, so I was just, you know, having my generic pre-made cocktail.
Right. That's.
I thought something like there was a big scene with the African drums. You remember that bit with the African drums? So I thought maybe it'd be something like an African drum.
You know, it's just going back to the movie for a sec. She's Got to Have It. The color scene. What was the point of that? They should have just taken that whole scene out. I get it, but they didn't serve much.
It broke things up a bit. It did break it up a bit to make it more easy to watch.
I disagree. That turned it into, it was almost a dream sequence. Also, I think he wanted to put the dancers in. He just wanted, and like I said, there's a lot in this. It's a celebration of black art. The jazz is in there.
He loves musicals.
The photography and the dancers. I I really liked how that made me feel watching the black and white, and then it's like, bam, color. And it's like, wow. And then it went back into black and white again. So I really liked that sequence.
Yeah, there's a movie that followed that called School Days that came out by Spike Lee, and the whole film is a musical. So I think that was just he had a busting urge to do it, and he might not ever have a chance to make another movie again.
Yeah.
So he's putting everything he can into it because he loves making movies, you know.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love musicals. Don't get me wrong. I was just
And inspired Tarantino as well. That's another thing I forgot to add while we're talking about the film. Tarantino watched that, and he made a film before Reservoir Dogs that never got finished. Only 30 minutes of it actually exists, but it's a film that was made at a party. You know, like a chats that you have when you go to parties and stuff like that. You know,
I think I've seen that. Is that with the Top Gun? When he talks about Top Gun?
No. That was Sleep With Me. We put that in the video last week. That was someone else's project completely. Just saying, hey, Tarantino, sprinkle your little bit of magic. He did the same thing in Destiny Turns on the Radio. They kind of like, hey, Tarantino, come in here and talk about movies, because people loved that shit back then because, you know, like Reservoir Dogs. I think it was Reservoir Dogs where he's sitting around talking about Madonna. Like a Virgin and stuff like that, you know. Yeah. Just people love that pop culture talk, you know. It was really popular at the time because it hadn't been done. No one else has been doing that, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Wrap it up. Have a good week, yo.
Yeah.
And hit it, Angry.
All right. I don't want to try and do jazz or hip hop because that would just be terrible and get me cancelled and whatnot. But we're just going movie of the week. We finished talking about the movie of the week. Yeah.
Yo.
So.
Nice. Okay.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Alrighty.
Oh.
So are we doing a box of laser discs now?
Yes, we are.
Are you hanging around, Mark, or do you have to go?
No, I'll head off because it's Sunday's just a big day for me.
Yep. Okay.
Kids,
Yep.
So
Make sure you remember to send me that audio file like you've been doing so well lately.
yeah,
The good stuff.
I'm doing it now. Yeah. All right. Good to see you guys. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, I'm going to make these separate files.
See you,
and
mate.
I'm going to pour myself another drink. Okay. Another pre-made one now. Wait, where's...
You're not going to believe this. I forgot to hit record on my recorder.
There it is. Look at my pre-made cocktail. Just pour that for myself.
Yep, I am kicking myself. That's going to make it a bitch to edit this week.
Oh. Okay. Settling down and recording. And what the fuck are you doing? Okay, there we go. All right, ready to go?
Yes, I am. And are you ready to go?
I am ready to talk about this
that's
week's bundle
good.
of Laserdiscs.
And it is. And welcome to... And we are looking at another 30 discs, as always. I picked up a pretty good batch this week. I thought it'd be something that we'd like to do. There's a bit of something for everybody in here. And one particular disc that I hope to watch, I haven't watched yet, but I saw it in the list and I'm like, I need to watch this film. And we'll get to that soon. But the first one is Living in Oblivion.
Oh, I think I've seen this and I have just only the vaguest memories of it.
Yep, it's another black and white movie that was filmed in a set of sketches that was all about the trials and tribulations of making a movie.
Right.
And it has some very funny moments and some very interesting moments. Really good cast, and enjoyable film. Good characters, really interesting characters, because they're so stereotyped to making an indie
Yeah.
movie. It's always got to point out it's an indie movie, not a big budget film.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have Lightning Jack.
That's Paul Hogan driving off a cliff at this point. He's trying to cash in on Crocodile Dundee, and this was kind of
trying to do like a Blazing Saddles kind of film. What I found funny was he hired like the hottest actor at the time who had just won an Oscar. What's his name? From Boys in the Hood. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, right.
Right? They hired Cuba Gooding Jr. and then went, you can't talk for the whole film. You're mute.
Right.
And it's like, what were you thinking, Paul Hogan?
I forgot that bit in Lightning Jack, that he was mute all the way through it.
Yeah. Okay, next up we have The Long Riders. Now, check out this cast. I don't know if you can read that. We got David Carradine, Keith Carradine, Robert Carradine. Then we have James Keach and Stacey Keach. Then we have the Quaid brothers, Dennis and Randy. Then we have Christopher Guest and Nicholas Guest.
So that's it's like someone came up with a gimmick there. It's just a bunch of brothers.
All in the family, yeah. Just really interesting cast. That's what got me interested.
Yeah.
Look, to be honest, at that point, if you wanted to do a Western in the 90s, you had to do something that made you stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What if nepotism? Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have Light of Day.
Oh, this is Michael J. Fox trying to be
a rock star.
serious.
Yep.
Is he an aspiring rock musician in this one? Because this has got Joan Jett in it.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. He's playing a rock star. Yeah.
Not Michael J. Fox's Greatest Hour.
Yeah, no, but sometimes you got to do something a little bit different to show, hey, I've got range, man. So then we have Little Ninjas. We heard you like Three Ninjas, but we've got ninjas, little ninjas at home. It's sort of like that whole saying. You don't need McDonald's. We can have McDonald's at home. We don't need three ninjas. We got ninjas at home.
It's like, can we watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And go, no, we've got little ninjas at home. Okay.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah. So it's a sort of Summer Vacation, A Map of Buried Treasure, An Adventure of a Lifetime, and a low budget. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this one don't you? Quiz Show.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Robert
Quiz Show.
Redford
This was inspired by true stories of TV quiz shows being fixed. It was a kind of early Ralph Fiennes film. He wasn't super famous when he did this.
Ralph Fiennes. Ooh.
No, he pronounces it Rafe.
Sorry. Oh, does he?
Yes. It's spelt Ralph, but I think he's pronouncing it the Irish way. It's Ralph Fiennes.
Oh, and that's John Turturro as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, any film with Ralph Fiennes and John Turturro, you want to give a chance. And this is a pretty good movie.
You got some... That just it excludes class. Hey, we're doing a classy film. Yeah. All right. Next up, we have 2 copies of the same film. This one's going to be priced at $5.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the original version. Yeah. And then we've got the nice fancy version of The Last Detail.
I love that there were so many different packagings of movies.
Yeah. I love that cover art too. It's really cool.
Yeah. The Last Detail.
Yeah.
Man, Jack Nicholson did some weird films. I swear this was released under another name.
Is this the one with Randy Quaid where they have to? Yeah, it is. Yeah. So Randy Quaid is about to go to like jail, army
Yeah.
jail, and they're like, we've been assigned to take you to this different city where the
Yeah.
army jail is, and they like offer him one last good night
One big
out.
night.
Yeah, and it turns out he actually didn't really break any rules. They just kind of used him as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Which was a bit sad, but yeah, very cool movie though. What was your question you had? Sorry.
I just feel like, because that image of him, I feel like in different markets that movie may have had
a different name.
It might be my imagination. I'm just doing a really quick search.
Yeah, by all means. I'm curious myself. I've never heard of it spoken under a different name, so yeah.
No, it's my imagination, I think. I'm just looking up some details. It's just something about that picture of Jack Nicholson made me think I'd seen it with a different name, but that's just my imagination, I'm sure.
Well, here's one that used to be pretty big in the 90s. I remember it as a popular family movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was called Little Giants with
Is
Rick
this like
Moranis
a Bad News
and
Bears knockoff?
Ed O'Neill. Well, the idea is these two are brothers, and they both, Ed O'Neill coaches the equivalent of the Iceland hockey team, that are all organized and well played. And Rick Moranis has a daughter who wants to play football. And and Ed O'Neill were like, I'm not letting him on the team, and bullies his little brother, a lot.
Okay.
And they're like, well, screw it. We're going to make our own little football team and Mighty Duck the shit out of them,
Yeah. Good. Well, there's a couple good family movies so far.
Yeah. So this is the one that I was talking about. This is the last ever John Blake movie.
The Light Horseman.
Yeah, Light Horseman also has John Blake was going to be like the next Mel Gibson, but he died young, It also has Phelpsy in it too.
Oh, it's got Phelpsy.
Yeah. But this is meant to be an incredible film and, like a standout.
I think that's the famous charge that was really quite suicidal that they did.
And it's taken me all the power I've got not to crack it open and just chuck it on because this looks like a gorgeous Laserdisc. But I don't like, I don't like breaking the seal on Laserdisc I'm selling. It's against my policy. Customers have got to come first. Yep. I'm fighting it, there. Okay, next up we have Lie Down with Dogs.
Get Up with Fleas.
Yeah. On your mark,
what is this? Is this martial arts? All these people with no shirts? I don't know.
So written by Wally Wright,
who
directed as well, started it, named his character basically himself. The film's equivalent of giving someone a toast at their own wedding.
Oh, okay. Absolutely unfamiliar with this one.
That's a short review of it I got. Okay. Next one. This is gorgeous film. I love this one. Love Me or Leave Me. It's sort of like a 50s. What's that one with Lady Gaga? And Barbra Streisand did a version of it as well, where the husband drinks up and like stuff like that, and Anyway, so this is basically he's a small time gangster, from the day.
Really,
And
James Cagney playing a gangster. That sounds unbelievable.
Yeah, right. Going right against archetype, like you'd never see Cagney playing a gangster. But yeah, he books Doris Day, and Doris Day gets too big for her for his little world. that he controls.
Yeah.
You know, she becomes way too famous.
Yeah. I suppose the original Star is Born was a Judy Garland movie, which is right back around when this one was made as well.
Actually, there was a Star is Born that was even before Judy Garland. There was a 30s one, a 50s one, a 70s one, and a 2020s one. It's a movie that's just been flogged, you know.
Yeah.
All right, get out your bat shark repellent because we have Batman the movie from 1969. This is, you know, pure West, you know.
This is magic. This movie's so good. They got all the villains in it. And yes, it is the one that has the bat shark repellent. It's so funny, this movie.
The review says Adam spends a good chunk of the runtime running around with the pier, holding a bomb, unable to find anywhere safe to dump it because of nuns, and then ducks, and then a marching band. It's generally the most 1966 problem a superhero has ever had.
Yeah. It's really slapsticky, but it's funny. He's got, you know, the big round bomb with the fuse, the stereotype bomb, and he wants to throw it away. It's like, and it's just progressively funnier things are in the way when he wants to throw the bomb. It's a hoot.
All right. A great pairing with Batman 1969 is
that's just an absolute double feature. Yeah,
double feature right there. You know, just a movie that smoothly transitions from one to the other. You know, this is Blue Velvet. This is David Lynch's probably second, third best film in my opinion.
Yeah.
Although some people call it his best, and I wouldn't argue with them. I get it.
Yeah.
You know,
young Kyle MacLachlan, Isabella Rossellini, Dennis Hopper. It's really twisted. Twisted in a
Pabst
good
Blue
way.
Ribbon. Yep.
I am a fan of that one. It's got some really fun stuff in it.
I think it was you who taught me that joke about the Pabst Blue Ribbon in the film.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. Was to give him a beer and he says, I'll have a Heineken. Heineken shit! Pabst Blue Ribbon!
Fuck Heineken! Yeah. All right. Nothing like watching Lawrence Fishburne beat the shit out of Angela Bassett in a recording studio. You got What's Love Got to Do with It? Also starring James Rain.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
You know?
The biopic of Tina Turner, and they don't shy away from how violent Ike Turner was to her. The content warning, fairly full-on domestic violence in this movie, but really worth watching. Great performance.
Just for the music alone, everyone. You know, if you haven't really got into Tina Turner before and you want to see what the big hoopla was, it really shows off her music in a very strong way. All right. With honors, this is when Joe Pesci is a homeless guy and then moves into a van outside of a very rich dormitory where a bunch of Harvard students live, and they learn all about life from each other.
He teaches the rich kids life lessons that they'll never get at university. It's actually not bad. It's pretty schmaltzy and stereotype, but it's a pretty entertaining movie.
All right, the Juror.
This is the 90s. So many courtroom dramas, and this is another one.
Yep. Alex Baldwin spends the whole film menacing Demi Moore into a guilty verdict.
It's pretty good. I remember this one. I'm joking. There was so many. This one's good.
It's very intense. It's a bit like 12 Angry Men in the sense you just like, you know. All right. We have Jet Pilot. John Wayne, directed by Howard Hughes. This is a very early
Wow.
John Wayne film.
A Howard Hughes film. Honestly, wow.
Have you watched any Howard Hughes films before?
No.
I've only done the one. You know the one they're filming in the movie The Aviator?
Yes.
Yeah, I watched that just to see like what was the big deal, because it was the most expensive film ever made back then,
Yeah.
by a mile,
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
completed the film, trashed it, and then started all over again.
Yeah. He was disconnected from reality, was Howard Hughes. Like his absurdly large plane, the Spruce Goose, and he did genuinely start to descend into psychosis. The old collecting bottles of urine and not leaving the room, and all these things. So, yeah.
Howard Hughes tinkered with this thing for so many years it nearly outlived the Cold War it was about. The man treated editing like it was a hostage situation.
Right.
It came out in 1957, which, when we know that he was at his peak during the 30s and 40s, for the fact that it came out in 1957, that's saying something. Oh, it actually wasn't even directed by Howard Hughes. It was produced by Howard Hughes.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Because back in the day, the producer would get the title.
Yeah.
It was directed by Joseph F. Stromberg.
Oh, good old Joey
Sternberg,
Strong.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now we've got a little lineup of movies I've never heard of, but I've got
Let's
some
see.
notes here.
Oh, okay. Again, well, that's another good one for the family one. Mid-20th century, Tom Sawyer, the classic story, apparently paid for by Reader's Digest. So there you go.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have the
Sawyer...
N-word in this one.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Was Tom Sawyer the one with the N-word in it? Yeah.
See if you can get a clip of this Reader's Digest with some little kid saying the N-word.
Oh, that's what we want in our video. That's not going to get flagged on YouTube at all. Okay, next up we have Journey of Honor, a samurai film with John Rhys Davies as an Arab pirate. Toshiro Mifune is
John
basically a guest star cameo. A film that looks like it was cast by throwing darts at different countries. Yeah.
Like John Rhys Davies, he could be Greek, he could be Egyptian, he could be an Arab, he could be anything we want him to be.
Yep, absolutely, isn't he? Yeah. Okay. Next up is Intersection.
Big cast. It's funny that neither of us have watched it. You look, it's Richard Gere and Sharon Stone. I remember this film coming out. I don't think I watched it, though.
Richard Gere spends the whole film deciding between two women while driving around moodily. Truly the most French premise ever for a remake for American audiences, with 40% extra brooding.
Okay. Possibly not the best use of Richard Gere or Sharon Stone.
This movie left an impact for one of the weirdest reasons.
This is one of the Tarantino imitations.
Is it? Was it come out?
Yeah, Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. That's definitely one of the ones where they were saying, can we make something like a Tarantino film without paying Tarantino to do it?
Yep. It's got Christopher.
I don't hate it. I watched this one. It's not bad, but it's definitely one of those.
Steve Buscemi in it. It's actually got, Treat Williams, William Forsythe, Christopher Lloyd, Andy Garcia. This is actually, you're right. I didn't realize that, but you're 100% spot on. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good, but it's definitely imitating Tarantino.
Yeah. What did I have written here? Great cast, great title. Absolutely nobody in Denver does any of the things implied. False advertising, Colorado Tourism Board Division. Yeah, no, this is the movie where they shoot people up the arsehole.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be one of the most slow, painfulest ways to die. And I'm like, it's like when people hear a story about, a painful way to die, they're like, I really don't want to die that way, And I'm like, that's one of the ones when I heard that story, I'm like, I really, really don't want to die that way. All right.
Okay.
Here's the one we all know.
Time Cop.
Time Cop.
Big
Nice.
Van
All
Damme.
these are sealed, by the way. If you haven't noticed, all these discs today are every single one of them are sealed. Yeah, so this is the widescreen Time Cop. Yeah, what else is there to say? Ron Silver. How good is Ron Silver in this movie?
Look, it's really entertaining. It's classic 90s brain dead action Van Damme at his peak.
Yeah, don't think about it too much or you'll wind your brain up in knots trying to... Yeah. Okay, next up we have Top Dog.
Jesus.
Where Chuck Norris and a police dog take down white supremacists.
This is Chuck Norris will do anything for money. It's
which is
like
funny
they're trying to
because
knock off
Chuck
Turner
Norris
and
became
Hooch
a white
at this
supremacist. Yeah. All right. Here's another one I don't know. Okay. True crime. Alicia Silverstone plays a teenage true crime obsessive who solves murders better than the police. The OG true crime girly, decades ahead of the podcast boom.
I was about to say, decades ahead of the podcast trend. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
A little nugget there. People were doing true crime in the 90s. They didn't wait till, the 2010s and podcasts.
This is Tracks of a Killer.
Oh, Kelly
Kelly
LeBrock.
LeBrock.
They were trying to push her at one point. Yeah.
So this is they all go to like a business getaway and they get snowed in, and then the boss turns into a psycho killer, and somewhere an HR department is drafting a very stern memo.
A very poorly managed workplace retreat.
All right, then we have Talons of the Eagle.
Is that martial
Billy
art?
Blanks. That's Billy Blanks. You know Billy Blanks. He created Tybo.
Oh, were they literally putting Billy Blanks in a movie at this point? Okay.
Oh, he's been in heaps of movies, especially kung fu movies. That was his.
Yeah.
That was his
Okay.
game back then.
Good
Yeah,
lord.
and it's also got
Somehow.
James Hong because every movie has James Hong in it.
Sure. Somehow,
Oh,
I
it's all-
missed
yeah.
the whole Billy Blanks oeuvre. I was not aware of his stellar career.
Oh
in
my
movies.
god, you missed out, dude. Nah, to be honest, I've only seen one with him, and it's very cheesy but fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Criterion time. Again, each week we like to pull out a Criterion disc, and this one's a classic.
Oh, I'd love to see a Criterion edition of Carrie, what they throw in with the extra features.
Oh, okay. Well, let's have a look here. We got an audio essay featuring Laurette Bozaru, author of the De Palma Cut, and Lawrence D. Cohen, author of the screenplay for Carrie. It has the trailer. It has production stills and promotional material. It shows up all the filmography of Brian De Palma.
Oh.
It has a separate music and effects track. So you can press a button and you don't get the dialogue. You just get the sound effects and the music. Some people like that.
Well,
And it's the full featured film, completely uncut in CAV, which means you can skip onto every single frame and look at it,
all right.
and go
So
really slow mo where you go
Yeah.
picture, 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 picture. Yeah, no, very cool film.
there's a new version of Carrie coming out, so here's your chance to get the full featured Criterion Laserdisc.
All right.
Ha!
We've done
Classic.
this before. I didn't know this was directed by Leonard Nimoy before we started doing this show together. It was, I think, one week when we were doing this, it was like, I just looked at the back and randomly and went,
Directed by Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
Probably his most commercially successful directing effort.
Yeah, well, that, and if you except for the Star Trek films that he directed.
Oh, I reckon this grossed way more than any Star Trek films.
Really, you reckon?
This was huge.
I'm curious on that one actually, but yeah, we'll leave it for now. But I'm curious. Yeah,
You can look it up and put it in the edit.
It was massive hit though. You're right. Especially on VHS, everybody was renting it. It was a family film that had cocaine. It's a bit of something for everybody. Yeah. Okay, we've done this one before too.
This is fun. It's very silly.
Fun movie.
It's very fun. Buddy cop with Stallone and Kurt Russell.
I went on one of my first dates to see this, but it was like a friend girl, not a date. It was just I think she liked me, and I was completely, men, we're completely oblivious when girls like you. Yeah.
Man, we're not very smart.
And this just exuberated it. She even chose to go take me to Tango and Cash, not some kind of chick flick, but
Not a chick flick, no.
All right, lucky last, we have Turbulence with Ray Liotta.
Is Ray Liotta the bad guy in this or the good guy?
No, he hijacks a plane, and somehow this is considered a disaster movie and not a workplace safety violation. There's actually, I've got proper details about this one. Ray Liotta has a psychotic prisoner who takes control of a passenger jet mid-flight with Lauren Holly. I think she was the chick in Dumb and Dumber.
She was in lots. There was a few years where she was in a lot of films.
She's a flight attendant fighting back. Gloriously trashy disaster thriller. So bad it's good territory.
There's a few good popcorn throwaway action films this week.
It's a good run this week. Yeah, we had fun last week, but there was a lot of $5 discs, so I wanted to put a few more, better, higher price discs. I need to, keep the shop running. You can't be just completely all cheap discs. So put some better price discs up in there this week. And so that's a lot already. Just powered through that.
That was a good selection. Family movies, action movies, that Criterion Carrie, someone's going to grab that straight away, I'm sure.
Yep, and The Light Horseman. I definitely am going to get myself a copy of that, maybe buy a Blu-ray or something instead, because I have to see that film now. It's just definitely I love Aussie films. I'm a sucker for Aussie films. I even watched Shrimp on the Barbie the other day, which was that Cheech Martin one, Yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching again, guys. Please drop another like, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe, and come back next week and we'll do another 30 discs.
And we'll see you again for another amazing array of discs. Don't miss out. Bye.
Cheerio.
Nice. All righty.
Work that out.
Sorry, I
Okay.
just saw the comment from Dr. Abigail from a while ago where we were talking about John Rhys Davies being any ethnicity, just like Mickey Rooney could be any ethnicity. Ooh, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Ooh,
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Good call, Abigail. That was I like that. That's funny.
That we filed that under not great. What they did with Mickey Rooney and Breakfast at Tiffany's. We're in the cool down room. Yeah. All right, we've got 20 minutes. You know what? I've been holding on. I'm going to run away. Sorry, actually, I've got to do two things. I've got to put the volume back up. I've got to switch this off, turn the volume back up. And apologies to you, Charlie. I had the volume up too loud for a couple of minutes. I'm going to take a really...
Dude, don't build... Look, the sound this
I'm going to
week...
take a really quick tea break and come back.
Hello.
Sophie says hello. May I please have a tissue, Sophie? I've had a runny nose for the last 10 minutes. Dr. Abigail said hello, Sophie.
Hello, Dr. Abigail.
And Safa said howdy.
Howdy. Hallelujah. Aloha.
Aloha. Angry was having a slash. An angry slash.
Releasing the...
Wait, you disappeared. God, you're leaving the studio empty.
No,
I can still hear you, though.
though. I was blowing my nose.
Oh, that's very polite of you to go off for a nose
Yeah,
blow.
no, I don't want a recording of that and people clipping.
Like I just missed Sophie coming on saying hello when I ran out to pee.
Yep.
Sophie,
She didn't actually come on camera. She just yelled it out. Yell it out again, Sophie.
Hi, Angry.
Hey, Soph. Safa's been rained on for 12 hours. Mrs. Angry's out brain zapping. Ooh, okay. I got to look at this place. Right. Ooh, I'm gonna actually, for fun, I'll bring it up on the screen. Someone must have told Mrs. Angry about this place. I think it's in St. Kilda. All right. Let's have a look and see. I'll bring it up on screen so we can peruse and see, is this somewhere I should go? Yeah, for some reason there was some echo just then, but I think it's gone now. Okay, so this is a cocktail bar called Lady Peacock. The lady likes to sip. So have a look at this. Oh, yes. Bartender wearing a feather boa. Oh, yeah, they're going for a definite...
The pictures are gorgeous. Are they AI?
No, those look like real pictures to me. They're going for a real vibe in this place. Oh, it's like they host burlesque or something. Exuberance and glamour. Okay. Do they have... I love this. Missed reservations without prior notice are subject to a penalty. It's like they come around to your house and kneecap you. Is there a... I do love it, though. It's a real vibe they've got going on here. Okay. I think Mrs. Angry found a menu. I don't see where it is on their website, but let's see what their cocktail menu is like. Or is it going to load for me at all? Here we go. Oh, yes, a quote from Oscar Wilde. I can resist everything except temptation. The lady likes to sip cocktails. Save a gin. Okay, what are we going? Ladies Ambrosia, signature cocktail. House infused vanilla vodka, lychee, velvet foam, rosewater, and petals. Lady Godiva. Oh Christ! It's all vodka. Vodka, chocolate, and raspberry. Crimson ingenue. Rum, strawberries, basil, pink peppercorn. The courtesan. God, they're all vodka, these cocktails. Vanilla vodka, passion fruit, prosecco. Bleh. That's a coffee martini. Bleh. Belle Epoque. Earl Grey tea, lemon juice, froth, lavender. With gin? Okay.
Is it
The
still
an-
echoing?
No, I'm not hearing any echo. Oh,
Dr.
now I
Abigail,
am.
let me know.
No, now I am.
Yeah?
I wasn't before, and now I am again. Now I'm not hearing it. Bespoke. Okay. I'm going to be honest that while that place kind of looks cool, the cocktail list is doing nothing for me. Too much of vodka, and you reckon suits would be mandatory? I mean, maybe. It's yeah. I'm such a fucking cocktail snob. I see a list and it's
you so wouldn't go there just for the cocktails. You go there for the atmosphere and the vibe and stuff like that.
maybe.
Yeah,
But
totally.
looking at their cocktail list, it definitely doesn't set me on fire. So, I mean, suffer. I'm the worst cocktail snob. But I found like literally, I don't know, 20 places that even though I'm a cocktail snob, I wholeheartedly recommend them. I think I mentioned in one of the other streams Thursday night. I didn't stream on Thursday night because my soon-to-be ex-boss went feral again and said, "Let's keep going to cocktail bars." And I did go to one new one. It's a small one in this Gothic bank building. And the cocktails are expensive even for Melbourne CBD. They're sort of $2 to $5 more expensive than other places in the CBD. I feel like you were going to say something there, Charlie. Did you change your mind? No? Okay. Yeah, but it was nice. It was quite a small venue, so they're going to have to charge more to ever make any money. But
yeah, I was thinking if they're putting more effort into the atmosphere and like production, you know what I mean? Then they can charge a bit extra for the drink. I get it.
Absolutely.
Like, when I go to a place that is a bit more fancy and stuff like that, I have no qualms when I pay a couple extra bucks for a cocktail. It sometimes gets up there though, doesn't it? I've paid one that was $26 for a cocktail.
Melbourne CBD, that's fairly average, $26.
Yeah, that's like, that's a McDonald's meal,
Yeah. Hey, Soph, there's Soph in the background.
There's Sophie in the background.
But Melbourne CBD, because rents in bars in the city are going to be expensive and whatnot. $25, $26 is pretty common.
Not just that, but they're also paying a fortune in tax on the booze because it's strong booze, So strong booze means they need to put up the price a bit to cover the tax.
It's like in the suburbs, expect to pay $20 to $25 for a cocktail. In the city, it's like $25 and up.
In Mandurah, they're $16.
They're what? Sorry?
In Mandurah, where I live, they're like $16 for a cocktail. But keep in mind, these cocktails are made by, the chick that got out of, uni 20 minutes beforehand, and isn't allowed to go off menu,
Yeah. I mean, I find that sometimes that's one of my measures for where we go date night and Mrs. Angry. How open are they when you want to go off menu? They get extra points.
How's the echo now? I'm fiddling around with the settings, trying to get it.
Fiddling around with the settings. Okay.
and
Uh,
I feel like I've got it because you guys haven't said anything yet.
maybe someone in the chat say how much echo are you getting now? Because I'm not hearing any, or I'm not hearing much. Maybe there's a little bit,
There is a little bit. Is there still? Okay.
but that's okay. Oh, Abigail says echo is bad.
Really? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe you have to do headphones. I don't know, but
Yeah, I can switch to headphones. I'll do that.
that's the classic. Go with the headphones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am definitely an unashamed cocktail snob. So
I love that part of you though. It makes
Yeah.
sure that we know that we're getting the best when you recommend something.
yeah, but it's like you were asking me about my ratings.
You know, like knowing that you hate vodka gives me a little bit of fun to you know.
But okay, one of my favorite places is like only it's walking distance. We actually, Mrs. Anger and I walked to it on date night in Ormond, Arcadia Whiskey Bar. They have one of the best creamy dessert cocktails I've ever had, and it's vodka based. It's just like a creamy dessert cocktail, and it's freaking awesome. They also have one of the best sour cocktails I've ever had. It was this house specialty one called the Turkish Delight. It's fucking fantastic. But also, my personal favorite is the stirred boozy cocktails. They have half a dozen. They have a household fashioned with maple pecan infused whiskey. Oh fuck me, it's good. But they do all the classics, Sazerac, and all their boozy ones are super good. But yeah.
Raze, did you send that picture to Angry as well? That's fucking priceless.
Oh god, did he send you a dodgy
Hang on.
picture?
You know, it's nothing that you can't put up on stream. I'm gonna send it to him.
All right.
It's okay. So look in Discord in private messages where you gave us the link.
All right, let's have a look. Oh, he did. No, he sent it to me too, I think. Stop. Okay, he's doing AI stuff. Which again, I can get on board. I'm going to share this with everyone. Raze will not stop hammering me about this, but yeah, stop breathalyzer abuse. Sorry, that's just funny.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Actually, speaking of breathalyzer abuse, I'll because I've had a couple.
I've got to say that we are getting so good at doing the movie of the week videos. They're getting more and more interesting.
That was really good discussion. That was really intense, involved discussion of the movie.
Mm-hmm. I love how much I disagree with Mark on so many things too. Like I thought the music was fucking awesome, you know.
But also, I think it's important to highlight your interpretation of movies is personal and subjective. So people who are very filming can have really different takes on films. There are. Okay, I'm only point. Yeah, I don't feel that drunk. 0.06.
No,
that's
not
probably
talking
accurate.
like you're drunk. And you haven't drunk very fast because you've been focused on the videos we've been making.
Abigail, you reckon Mark has weird opinions, but that's part of the beauty of it, of us having different opinions.
I'll give him. He's got balls. He every time he comes in with a video review, he always brings up stuff he didn't like. I never focus on negativity.
Yeah.
You know, I always think, oh, I like this and I like that, and I never. And then when he brings it up, I'm like, good call. I didn't think about that. Good point.
I think I was the odd one out. I didn't think the jazz soundtrack in She's Got to Have It was intrusive at all. Because both of you agreed on that. But again, I love that you nailed it. Partly that was there to save money because it was his dad doing the music. But also, I think he was leaning heavily into I am showcasing black art here. The dances, the jazz, the photography. For me, probably the only thing that let me down in that movie, the acting, as I said, if I'm being super charitable, was just
But low budget
non-naturalistic.
film, low budget actors, they're getting dudes that are probably, done a couple of plays in university
Yeah.
or, has a acting degree and just starting
Yeah.
up,
But they were
they're supporting.
they were talking rather than acting.
Mm.
But
Some of them were pretty good.
The
I
direction
liked
was incredible.
the guy who was, all about his muscles and stuff like that. I really liked him. He had a good character going. Very interesting.
But
character.
again, the three archetypes of urban black men, the high achieving person who is basically Spike Lee was not backing away from that. That guy was basically anti-black, even though he's a black man. And Spike's character, Mars Blackman, is very street and whatnot. And then the other guy, he's just like a respectable guy, someone who would definitely call himself a nice guy, a good guy. But yeah, the rich, obnoxious guy was so down on him, and it's just like, yep, no, Spike's making a point here that guy is a jerk. But again, the guy playing him, very funny.
That was interesting too. I cheated a little bit. I went and watched the Ebert and Siskel review because I like to do that too, just so I can, in case my notes don't add up. I like to know that I'm on the right path at least. It's like checking your tasting notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the document that you get from Starwood,
Yes.
Yeah. So the jobs that they do, right? Instead of being, black movies were Gangster 1, Gangster 2, Gangster 3, and Pimp, whereas this was artist, painter, graphic designer.
Yeah.
That was Nola. Jamie was a professional business. He was an investment banker. Greer was a fashion model and an art photographer.
Yeah.
And Mars Blackman is a bike messenger.
Yeah.
Not your usual, black jobs. They gave him a bit more.
Yeah.
And in
there
the
was
80s,
There was a note in the credits, so basically, this film has no jerry curls and no drugs. Because again, movies that featured black people, it was always drugs. Jerry curls, for anyone who doesn't know, it was a hairstyle of certain black men putting this Brill cream type stuff in their hair so they could lose the intrinsic curliness of African American hair.
Oh, so it wasn't the Soul Glow stuff. I thought it was
no.
Just let yourself,
Jerry curls is a whole different thing, but it was almost a self-loathing thing. I'm going to put stuff in my hair so my hair doesn't look black. But that note of no drugs and no jerry curls, I found pretty funny.
And we forgot to mention there's a show. It got turned into a TV series as well.
She's got to have it.
Yeah, there's a TV show.
How long ago was that? Is that relatively recent?
She's got to have it. The TV show.
I feel like that was recent.
She's got to have it. TV show release date. 2017.
Okay, so that was 30 years after the movie.
Yeah, but still 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny. 2017 doesn't feel like that long ago.
Yeah.
Because that's when Trump came in. Ever since Trump came in, days kind of melded into one big long oblong,
Trump and COVID. COVID completely destroyed
COVID too. Yeah. COVID was the icing on the fucking Trump cake. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, we live in wild times. I'm wrapped
how quickly we wrap that up too. We're getting so good at doing this now.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
sorry. I'm tooting my own horn, but I
No,
just
no,
think
no,
we're
no.
doing-
I think the potential for this to grow on YouTube is really quite strong, and we're just getting better at doing some insight. I mean, it would be
Mhm.
interesting getting a female perspective on some of the stuff, I think. But it's also, finding someone who's into film is a whole thing as well.
and has the time to watch a movie each week and stuff too. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Oh God, I was talking about when you asked what we watched, and I rewatched Breaker Moran. It just happened to be on Foxtel when I was flipping through, and I watched Breaker Moran. There's a bit because there's the whole thing of the British establishment scapegoating. Morant wasn't actually Australian; he was English, but scapegoating these Australians for executing some Boers. This is in the Boer War. And I just remember watching it years ago and thinking, like, yeah, fuck the Palms doing that. But Jack Thompson, who's the defense lawyer in this thing, gives this speech about not judging soldiers for murdering civilians or murdering people who surrender under a white flag. And I was like, oh God, given what's happened in the last 20, 30 years, this takes on a darkness that I never sort of picked up when it came out, because particularly the US Army at the moment, although we've got our fun war criminals in Australia as well, people are just going like, oh yeah, you shouldn't criticize soldiers who murder civilians because it's war. And I was like, oh, wow. Like back when I first watched Breaker Morant in the 80s, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm on board with this message. But I literally today I watched it and went, oh God, this is actually quite dark and unsettling considering what's happened in the world.
I remember
Dr. Abigail,
watching.
would you want to do movie of the week?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Safa, if there was no COVID, would Trump have won 2020? Honestly, that's an excellent point, Safa. COVID and the economic drama that caused was a big factor in Trump losing his second one. Okay, well, if are you over that judge, Abigail? This week
She's on Plex. Plex. There's a folder in Plex called Film of the Week.
And it's
watch it, and we'll drag you in next. We just need a microphone for you. That's all.
Yeah.
What that break? Sorry, dragging you back to Breaker Morant because I know you got like a minute left before you got to go. It taught me about Scapegoats of the Empire.
Yes,
which was a banned book in Australia because it was such a fascinating deep dive after watching that movie, and I felt very in touch with what the characters were, after reading that, a bit more of that too.
Yeah, because the Brits,
a decade like that book was banned, and it was not. It was claimed not to even exist. So
because the
sorry,
Brits
let you do your wrap up. I'll shut up from here on in. You do your thing, bro.
I was just going to say the Brits had no morals. They did give orders to not take prisoners, to just execute Boers. But there's a darkness to it that I never took on in the 80s. Safa, okay. Spoiler alert for a 46-year-old movie, Breaker Morant. There are 3 defendants, and one of them's really young. 2 of them are executed, shot by firing squad. The other one is just imprisoned, and he wrote a book called Scapegoats of the Empire, saying like, no, the Brits politically wanted to fucking execute us, and but the Brits had no morals, but still the whole thing about it's a guerrilla war. We're going to kill people who surrender. We're going to kill civilians. Given what happened in Afghanistan, Iraq, and now Iran, and it just is. There's a darkness to it that I never picked up in the 80s.
Yeah, look up when you get a chance, Suffer, if you got some time on your hands, open up Wikipedia, look in Breaker Morant, and go to literature. And it is absolutely a fascinating, like, deep dive rabbit hole into a book that was completely, like, not just censored, like, they wouldn't release it and censor it, they banned it for years and years and years. Because it was all about making the army and government stand up and take responsibility for their actions, which, you know, they didn't want to even have anybody talking about, especially during World War I and II.
Yeah. Also, do you remember?
That is such an awesome. It's so interesting, you know, because of it's totally against what the rules were at the time, you know, like
Shit.
what did you do?
I dropped something. I just gotta get it.
You've been a bit clumsy this last week. It's not been your week this week.
Remember when Andrew Denton was on everywhere on Australian TV, particularly the ABC?
Yeah. Yep.
His dad, Kit Denton, wrote a very good non-fiction book about Breaker Morant. So his dad was a non-fiction author, and his book on Breaker Morant is very good. I think it's just called. I think the book is just called The Breaker.
There were it almost got completely evaporated from history. There was only like 5 or 6 copies in the whole country that people used to have to keep in like under the floorboards and shit like that, so it could never get found by the government. Because if they found you, they would arrest you and put you in jail for owning it. It was just an interesting little, side bit of Breaker Morant that really dragged me in, Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
anyway.
Good
thank you for a fun night again.
That was awesome.
Got my geek on.
Everyone have fun. See you another time. Probably be streaming on Tuesday night, but I'll say bye for now.
You are totally